All right, man. Season 6, episode 41, man. We're here. This interview was a long time in the making, man, for us. Man, shout out to Black and Bold Coffee, man.
Yes, sir.
Rod Johnson.
Appreciate y'all.
Half of the Black and Bold team.
We couldn't afford to get both of them. But
yeah, I know that comes with a bag. You know what I'm saying? You gotta send an additional email. You know what I mean? But this is a big deal, man. We're happy to have you. Shout out to Black and Bold. If you can, please tell everybody where they need to go to get in tune with the brand and your brand.
Yeah, no, it's really wherever you buy coffee. So if you like convenience, what am I supposed to be looking at? Y'all, the camera?
Whatever works.
Okay.
That's yours for you. This is you right here, though.
When you want to get detailed, go there.
All right, so you can go online, blackandbold.com, BLKANDBOLD.com. Of course, Amazon, and over 7,000 retail locations across America. Places like
it's everywhere.
It's different. Today's different.
Fuck Folgers.
Hy-Vee, Albertsons, Target, of course. And like I said, we are where you are.
For sure. Wherever you like to drink coffee, they there. No excuses. Stop playing.
I always like to see it in the aisle, like, damn.
There you go. And we know it's crazy, man. Shout out to IU too, man.
Yes,
it's always good to be in presence of IU legend, IU graduates doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's homecoming weekend, so that's very much so top of mind for me. It was good to be down there, it was nostalgic. You know what I'm saying? Going to see different dorms and see all the upgrades as well. So the shit was awesome.
Hey,
a lot of new stuff.
it's money down there.
It's a lot of money down there.
It's money at I don't know what campus this is.
Yeah.
It's glass everywhere. You niggas live in high rises.
It's crazy.
Glass and limestone.
It's crazy.
I know rent is out of control.
Ain't no way.
For sure.
I'd have to commute. I go to IU, but I live in Greenwood. I got to go down.
I live in Ellisville.
I can't live there.
Y'all come through.
That's a big city. I can't do that.
You know that little bridge by the stadium?
Yeah.
That's where I take my
It's
notes.
crazy.
Wanted to buy dog, baby.
Yeah, right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning though. But nah, man, let's get into it, man. We start every single pregame podcast interview with the flurry of questions called the pregame podcast pop quiz. We're gonna go around the table there and do your best to answer each question.
Something light, nothing crazy.
For sure.
Who wants to be first?
All right, I'll start today. It's all about coffee. Iced coffee or hot coffee?
Ooh.
Oh man, these supposed to be rapid fire. Or you need me to give you like?
Oh, get in
Nah,
there.
So it depends on the season.
Okay.
All right, so it's getting
teach us the
colder
game.
outside, and this is really our time of the year. People want some hot beverages. They don't want the ice cold brew anymore. So right now, I'm definitely leaning more towards hot coffee. But where I live, it's hella humid. And you need something to
I never
cool
thought Iowa
you
was being
off.
humid.
Oh, it's ridiculously humid.
Really?
Really?
Man, you need to take 2 or 3 showers a day.
Damn.
Keep your extra
Wow.
shirt
Sound like
on deck.
Texas.
It's a lot like Texas. It might be worse.
There's no redeeming qualities.
Hold on.
There's no redeeming
None
qualities for
whatsoever.
Iowa. Okay.
No.
We're here. We're
whatsoever.
talking about geography. So I was a 4-season state though.
For
correct?
sure. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so we getting into the fall right now, but it's short-lived fall. When I first moved there 2 years ago, it snowed before Halloween.
Nah,
wow.
we gotta go.
We got to get up out there.
Factory leaving. We out here. Not gonna do this.
The factory up.
Not
I
gonna
be
do
worried,
this.
like, is the world ending or what's going on?
Not gonna do this.
Yeah, so you got to dress for everything. So it depends on the season. Right now, I'm, like I said, getting the hot coffee, but we released some cold brews in the summer, and those went up.
I'm a cold brew ass nigga. Listen. Get that ice in my cup. I'll be like, oh, it's a milkshake.
it's
Girl. I
fire.
love this. Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It really be the simple things. For us.
Dude, I'm only a year in the coffee game. I'm only a year in.
For sure.
It's my third day out here.
Yeah, I just got here. But ice in this shit, I didn't know that.
It's crazy.
But, coffee should be fun. That's why we exist. A lot of people feel, or a lot of coffee shops have like this pretension to them. Like,
Yeah,
kinda up
man,
it,
like,
you
you gotta
don't
be
know the lingo,
studious.
you know what I'm saying?
Starbucks did that.
Exactly, right? You feel like you were underdressed to go get some coffee. You know
and
what
the
I'm saying?
sizes don't make sense.
What was that?
Small, there ain't no small, medium, and large at Starbucks.
Right,
so
exactly.
you go in there, you're like, bro, I don't even know what to order.
Exactly.
No, it's stuffy, bro. I used to have anxiety about like ordering at the union. I would like get in line and then like get out. Like, I don't know, bro. They about to make fun
They're
of me.
gonna embarrass me. I'm gonna embarrass myself.
Exactly.
Get out of here, bro.
Exactly. So
Can I
it's
get a coffee?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Give me the blood fucking kind you want. Okay, bro. You know what? Get hot chocolate. Get the fuck out of here.
It's intimidating for real.
So we trying to demystify that. So however you like it, that's how you should drink it.
Fire.
That's fair.
I like that.
So if you could share a cup of iced coffee with anyone who you have not shared one with, who would it be?
Damn.
Black and bold too.
That's a good question. You know who I would want to just like chop it up with Probably Kendrick Lamar.
That'd
Because
be cool.
I'm just fascinated about him, infatuated with his music. I just went to his concert in Chicago.
Did he have the crown on?
For a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take that crown off.
Yeah.
Take it off.
Take it off. Because he don't give a lot. You know, he not on social media. He not really a public figure, despite being
he's an old school celebrity.
And so I would want to know, like, all right, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? How do you inspire that? Yeah, I think so.
It'll be off the record. Y'all be on the floor. His legs will be
For sure. Y'all be toes in the sand.
Take your socks off for me, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, my nigga. We here now.
Right. But yeah, somebody like that, that's top of mind. But I could think of somebody else. Maybe Mark Cuban.
Okay.
Right. I see a couple of conversations with him, and he unlike other NBA owners. Obviously, there's the IU connection.
For sure.
And I would just want to ask him questions that are off the beaten trail, right? So like,
He love those questions, I feel like.
right. Because I'm sure he get asked those professional canned things all the time. So I would be like, all right, let's talk about some other things so I can really know the nuances of what it takes to be where you are. Because that's the goal from being totally honest is to continue to ascend. So I would want to go talk to some
Trying
people
to be a
that
shark
have
one
done
day.
it. I would love
That's
to.
real.
David John get no. They're gonna need another one here soon.
Yeah, no, for real. And I think about what's next after Black and Bold. Me and Pete, my business partner, talk about this often. Like, all right, is this the destination, or is this just a pit stop
Just
along
a
the way?
vessel for something else.
Yeah, I think the goal for us overall is to be a resource for other people because we struggled. We had to get it out the mud. We didn't know anything about coffee. He was like, yo, this is my third day out. That's how we kind of was.
You drink
When we
coffee?
first started the business.
Yeah, I got a cup yesterday.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm drinking some tomorrow, too.
So nigga, I saw a coffee plant yesterday. I ain't never seen one.
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
Right. So it's like try to invest in other people's dreams, give them the resources. So to your point about being a shark, man, I'd love to be in that position.
That's real. I can see
I'm
that
not
happening
sure.
too, man.
I'm not sure if you're like a purist or not with the coffee, but when it comes to remixing yours, what's your flavor of preference?
I'm definitely not a purist.
Okay.
I'm a purist when I'm in our warehouse because to your point of feeling about stuffy, that's how some of those people are. They're like, oh, you put creamer? Like, yeah.
I'm about to cut this shit.
I'm about to cut it. Right.
Step on it.
Right. You got to step on it.
Gotta step
Yeah.
on it.
So I have some some almond milk creamers. I bought this one like brown sugar I was trying. This one drink that I drink often, we had this online competition for baristas to use our products and like, come up with some new drinks. And they came up with this one drink. It was called Golden Girls. And ultimately,
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for
and
being a friend.
definitely inspired by that.
Got the verses. That's crazy.
It was. I know. Then you add some turmeric tea. Then you add the coffee on top of that, and then some creamer, and to get this golden color like your hoodie.
Wow!
But it's very like refreshing.
Make you feel good.
Make you feel good, and
That's
you
fire,
don't even
man.
feel like you're drinking coffee.
No.
So I tried whatever, man. Like I said, coffee should be fun. You shouldn't be one way because we not one way.
Indeed. That's real.
Coffee is not a monolith.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
It's not.
Neither
Sure.
are niggas.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a bar.
at all. It's definitely a bar. All right, man. I know you. You know what I'm saying. You fresh. You know what I mean at all times.
I try to be.
I know you keep a nice sneaker on deck. What's your favorite sneaker and why?
Oh, damn. All right, right now I got some ones on. And these are so versatile, right? Like you can wear them any time of the year with any type of pants and whatnot. So I'm going to lean more towards ones. What colorway? I could say breads.
Bread.
I feel like
We all know it was bread. It was gonna be bread.
It's going to be bread.
You
So
supposed to say the mochas. But that's okay.
so we could talk about that off. But that's probably that. Will come in a second. Maybe fives.
Yeah,
I like a good pair of fives.
fives are hard too, for sure, man. Man, listen, round of applause for Rod Johnson being in here.
Thank y'all.
This is a big deal, man. I always want to make sure I preface the interview by saying that. So as you listen, you already dropped several gems.
Yep.
So I hope you listening, man. You got the notepad out. You know what I mean? Hopefully you learning today. I was researching you all, watched a lot of interviews. I know this is a company that was founded by two brothers, man, that grew up on the same street coming together. I want you to kind of talk about more so, because I feel like there's a stigma out there like working with your friends doesn't work.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So how have you and P Purnell how have y'all come together to actually make Black and Bold successful as friends?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
No, that's a great question. I would say our business and working together actually helped us deepen our relationship because after high school, we went our separate ways. Obviously, I went down to IU. He went to University of Northern Iowa, which is why we're in Iowa.
Gotcha.
There's a connection.
There it is.
I was wondering.
So people always like, man, why y'all in Iowa? Because
It's
of his life decisions. The reason why we there. Got a
he went to a directional Iowa school. I didn't know that existed.
That's crazy.
I had no idea.
never heard of it.
Northern Iowa.
What is the mascot?
The Unidome.
Corn.
Yeah.
I played in it once. It's weird.
It's
Wow, so you've been there.
I've been to Northern Iowa.
Wow.
Their football team is called the Unidome.
I mean, I'm sorry for that.
It's okay. It was,
sorry.
I've been in Ellsworth, Iowa. It's like, oh shit, this is crazy.
Wow.
Damn.
So lived so many lives.
That's crazy. This is football right here.
Going to a JUCO, you go some places.
Yeah,
You're gonna go
true.
places.
You down there minor league baseball for real.
Were you violating the Walmarts out there?
No, I wasn't there yet.
Violating the Walmart.
Yeah, I used to
I
had a problem.
He got a problem.
I'm better
He's doing
now.
better now, though.
I'm better now.
That's why he keep his hands covered like that. You gotta check him when he leave the house.
I'm better now.
Pat him down.
Fucking, that's why y'all in Iowa. I was like, are y'all doing with a
Yep. So we in Iowa. He met his wife there. They moved around for work. And
Gotcha.
then after they had their first child, they wanted to move closer to their family to get the support
makes
system
sense.
and whatnot. So at the same time, we building a business. Now, our friendship was tested when he said, hey, bro, you got to leave California to come to Iowa. I'm like, bro, you want me to trade the palm trees for cornfields?
Tough.
There's
And
no
snow.
way. And the snow. I've done my best job to avoid the snow. After leaving IU, I didn't want to be around the cold weather. But I'm grateful I did because we're closer. Our families get a chance to interact a little bit more, and it just benefits the business overall. So we get to bounce ideas off each other, and it helps us speed up the process of growth. We don't have to worry about you can check somebody's body language when you in person.
Less interpretation.
Exactly. It's like, yo, what you mean by this text message or whatnot? But we get a chance to do that in person. So I would say overall the business has benefited from it. Us individually and collectively have benefited from it, and I'm really looking forward to when I get to leave. Because it's like, we did
You still trying to stand this up so it can bring on its own and dip.
That's a fact.
I know
Fly
it's
in every
coming.
once in a while.
Yeah.
And please correct me if I'm wrong, can we expect a flagship store for Black and Bold?
So think of it as the legs of a table, how we decided to build this business. When we first started back in 2018, it was like, let's just get it up and running. Like we just need to, let's try it. We got the idea. We think we got something. The product tastes decent. Our friends and family, they the ones gonna be most honest with you. They be like, grandma be like, no, this shit is trash.
I don't like this. I ain't like that when you brought last time.
Exactly. But grandma was like, no, this actually ain't bad. Y'all should move forward with it. So we just launched a website. Via Shopify. So we had the e-com. And then it was like, all right, how can we meet people where they are? Like physically, like, okay, let's go the retail route. Then we launched with Target. And then on the back end, it's like, all right, how can we stay in front
You
of
made
people?
that sound easy.
Man, you did.
It's not.
You never said it like it with the sports.
Yeah,
They said,
for sure.
We met with Target. They said, yep, come on, we want you.
No, it wasn't. And not at all. Like, in fact, it is a long, all of these milestones that my business has been fortunate to achieve, the shit is years in the making.
Gotcha.
So don't take me speeding past that
You said it real like it wasn't
minimize it.
Oh, yeah, so we hit Target.
Hell no.
Target said cool, so we put them in Target.
Yeah.
It's no big
Yeah,
deal.
for sure. Send them an email now. Now our product's in there.
'Cause I'm about to call Target tomorrow. Hey,
Yeah,
I heard y'all just when Nick call you, y'all fuck with him.
yeah.
I'm making these beard butters in my kitchen. I'm thinking about.
I wish it was that easy. No, but we ended up doing that. We had got a couple of other stores, like local stores in Des Moines, like a Price Chopper or a Cash Saver. So literally, it was a couple of steps before we got there.
Got you.
And even with Target, it wasn't like that they rolled out the red carpet. It was like, y'all still got to prove yourselves.
Right.
We give y'all a little bit to see if
Had
it's
an
going to
audition.
resonate. Had an audition. That's exactly that. And so that was the second leg. But it's like, all right, how do we stay in front of people? All right, we want to make sure that we show up at out of home. Think about like people's work or college campuses and things like food service. Essentially, that's what it's called. And then the last leg of that table, it has to be retail. It has to be our own retail shop, our own in-person experience. I don't know if we're gonna do it to the level of Starbucks because Starbucks has its stigma based on how many shops there are. They don't really care much about the product, and I'll never want to dilute that experience. I think we got a damn good product, and we'll have like more of a boutique approach, if you will, when we do decide that. But that'll be down the line.
Got you.
Like 4
So
years.
was it ultimately kind of advantageous of being in Iowa then? Because I feel like that market was very easy to infiltrate and kind of move around in.
Yep. it's very different from like think of other coffee hubs, Portland or San Francisco or New York. There's no major coffee scene in Iowa, let alone black people doing it.
Right.
Not at all. That shit is non-existent.
Sure.
And to our benefit, though, the city and the state and just that area overall has been hella supportive.
That's what's up.
It gives us a chance to not really focus on competition, so to speak, and just hone in on our product. But even less about being in Iowa, we consider ourselves a national brand. It was like we just happen to be in Iowa, but we want to meet y'all where you're at.
Got you.
For sure. Man, hey man, round of applause for that, man.
Yeah,
This is different. Moving. I want to also speak to the process of how coffee is made.
Yep.
I'm a coffee drinker per se, but I don't necessarily know the ins and outs of how, coffee is then produced for me to consume. So can you kind of go into, you kind of mentioned the sweat equity, but what does that look like for the Black and Bold roast?
Yeah, for sure. So before I do that, let me ask y'all a question. So obviously it's your third day out here with drinking coffee. You've been doing it for a year. The rest of y'all drink coffee?
I do not.
Okay.
I don't. I
He
get like
drinks
ice
energy
water.
drinks.
I don't like hot beverages.
Okay.
So
Iced caramel macchiato.
and I just had stopped. I used to get stuff like that.
Sweet cream
the iced
instead of
coffee.
milk.
I just stopped.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think coffee does taste good. I think it smell. I love the smell. One of my favorite smells ever. I struggle with hot drinks.
What's interesting for me, I drink coffee at work from time to time, but also when I travel, I love going to coffee shops.
Yep.
Like whenever I travel somewhere, I'm looking for the black-owned coffee shop
Very
just to see
true.
the aesthetic of it.
Yep.
So I like the experience more than the actual product, personally.
That makes sense. And that's what inspired us, is because we spend a lot of time in coffee shops. I was traveling for work. P was on the road every other week. And where do you set up shop? You set up shop in the coffee shop.
shop.
They don't bother you.
They
You sit in there and they just
sit there all day. You bought a muffin and you get the free internet
Yep.
for
Yeah.
8 hours.
For the duration.
for the whole time. And so like just being around that culture was like, okay, it's something here. Let's try to tap into that and do it in an authentic way. And so speaking of coffee shops, you like the aesthetic. One you should visit if you ever in Portland, go to Dead Stock.
I'm going to Portland for my birthday.
Oh, you
Are
got
they
it.
the ones that they paint the Nike shoes in the?
Yeah, they got the whole vibe is dope.
I'll be there.
I think that you would enjoy that. So
Can't wait. I'm going to Portland for my birthday.
He's gonna lose his mind.
I'm having to travel to the Mecca. Got to go see the Nike factory and all that good stuff. Yeah,
He's
I'm
gonna
going.
pass out.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a lot of money.
There you go, man. Go
And then
crazy.
Portland is one of my favorite cities. When I lived in Sacramento, I would drive up to Portland all the time. So you should have a good time.
Yeah.
But you asked about how coffee is roasted.
Yes.
So when we first started, we had a roaster that was as small, half as this table, right? It was just, imagine somebody brewing beer in their basement. We took that same approach with roasting coffee. And ultimately, it's just, you're cooking, you're like popping popcorn, right? So
Gotcha.
the process
Really?
is like there's a drum that rotates over a bed of fire, and it gets as hot as, I don't know, 400, 450 degrees.
Okay.
And it's taking that.
It's an art to it.
That coffee bean is definitely an art and a science to it. You take that coffee bean and you're trying to open it up so that the gases emit and the natural flavor
This is
of the
great.
coffee.
Please push your tea right now.
Yeah,
Crazy, for sure. If you know, you know.
He's definitely in the kitchen.
No, for real.
Yeah.
They are chefs, and like
Yeah.
you steering that to make sure that you got a good tasting product. So on that bag, it has like flavor notes. It's caramel, lemon, and nutty. It's not like we're adding any additives. We're
just
not putting any
naturally
syrup.
happens.
That just naturally happens. So coffee,
At certain points.
just in general, because coffee is hella absorbent.
Got
So you should never store coffee in your refrigerator because it's gonna start tasting like milk and eggs and lettuce and
it
cold cuts and
transforms,
shit
it
like that.
absorbs.
Really?
It absorbs
It's baking
Mystique.
soda.
It's- yeah,
Go figure.
Exactly that, right? And so
Niggas really drug dealers.
yeah,
It's crazy.
Hey,
Moving weight.
It's
FDA
addictive.
approved though.
Yeah, it is
People-
addictive. Yeah,
people
you're not
drink it
wrong.
every day. There's a lot of parallel
Yeah.
between the way people feel about
It's addicting.
coffee. It is. It's hella people.
And some people, I have my coffee, I'll fucking spaz
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
I have my coffee. You fucking talk to me.
You haven't had your coffee this morning.
You don't have
Had
that
your coffee
caffeine.
today?
That
Yeah.
caffeine. You a lot of.
Yeah, you start
I
shaking.
haven't had any caffeine today. I'm
Might think
not
I
gonna
need
go
some.
crazy, but I know what it's like to not have any caffeine.
That's
It
real.
sucks.
It's like
crazy.
the Snickers commercial. You know, like that. Motherfuckers go crazy until they get their Snickers.
You haven't had your
Coffee
Snickers
is
today.
way
Yeah.
worse than that.
Yeah.
But you just trying to get those natural flavors to come out in the coffee. And so that's what makes us different than other coffee companies because we give a damn about that. It's like this thing has a natural taste and if you don't want to add any creamer or sugar or anything else, you don't have to.
That's real. For sure, man. One of
What's
my
your
line
creamer
brothers,
choice?
man, drinks Black and Bold Black. Says it's fire.
Silk.
Who's this maniac?
Silk cream. Wouldn't help me out. What's up?
It's a almond, like, I don't know, almond milk type of drink. It's like that's the brand, Silk, like the milk.
Yeah. Oh, what's your flavor though?
The flavor, it depends on what's at the grocery store.
Okay.
I try them all.
It'd be hard. You'd be. I wanted to. They don't have that.
I
don't want sweet cream.
Yeah.
It's a $6 investment too.
I will,
thinking about it.
nigga.
Right.
Where are you getting the coffee beans from?
Everywhere coffee is grown. Okay. Right. So the mothership, the
Colombia,
motherland
right?
of coffee, of course, Colombia. That's the biggest
Drugs.
producer. Ethiopia. That's what coffee was originally founded, or discovered rather.
The more you know.
Yeah, hella resources over in that continent.
Rwanda too.
Rwanda. I'm thinking Peru. You said Colombia.
Wow. Perico.
Honduras, a lot of Central American companies.
I was going to mention Honduras because you had the light roast for Black and Bold. It's actually Honduran, or there's the flavor there.
Yep.
Got you.
Yep. So we got a direct relationship with the farmers out there, and then we just exactly.
I tried to talk around shit.
Shout out to the plugs on that.
He's the distro.
I'm like Lobos.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Definitely the distro.
The parallels is nuts.
Yeah.
And it's all legal.
Yes. And it's fire.
So what was the pain points? Like even trying that roasting process? Like how I feel like there's a point where it's perfect, and then once you exceed that point, now you've burnt it.
Yeah. So coffee comes in light, medium, and dark roast. All that means is how long was it roasted.
Gotcha.
So a light, medium, a light roast is like.
Just the shit you just don't know.
Okay.
Look, they won't tell you. White people won't tell you that. What's light roast? Oh, you don't know?
Yeah, right. They try to keep the information from you.
Just look it up.
Research.
I did not know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought the bean itself was just a different
Me
bean.
too.
Nope.
Must be a darker bean
Because
here
you
on the
could
dark
take
roast.
that same Honduran roast or the same Honduran bean. I can make it a dark roast, but it might not taste as good though.
Gotcha.
So it's
Got
up
you.
to you. That's what we talk about, the art and the science, is to find that balance of making sure that whatever beans you importing, that it turn into the best product.
Wow.
When you add chemical to it, how is it going to affect? Is it going to kill people in the streets? Is it going to be the best I ever had?
Is it blue cap?
Yeah.
What's them testers they put up?
Yeah, the blue caps.
Blue cap.
That boy stressed.
Still got juke stressing. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Shout out to Black and Bold for real. I know you mentioned the future. You mentioned the pinnacle of success, and maybe possibly using this as a vessel. But for now, this year, are there any upcoming projects, any collaborations that you and P are working on?
Yeah, well, we just released a couple.
Y'all just went to the can, right?
What was that?
They got cans now, right? That make
Cold brew
that up?
can?
Yeah, we got the cold brew cans. We
Wow.
dropped those back
Cold brew can.
in June.
Where can I find?
Target, Albertsons, online, of course. Again, we showing up where you are. We want to make it easy. Make it easy as possible. Make it
Crazy.
accessible.
We should have grabbed
y'all
some,
in
man.
Kroger. I got to go there for all my fuel points.
Yeah.
It's struggling to go anywhere else.
That's on the list.
Fuel points right now.
That's the largest grocery chain in America.
Is it?
Really?
That's a fact.
I didn't
as
know
far
that.
as like the number of stores that they have,
Hey, it's
so that's
Kroger's everywhere.
That's definitely on the list.
Congratulations to the
Thank you.
can, man.
Thank you. We got the cans, and then we dropped K-Cups. People was fucking hounding us about
Yeah,
that.
I was- honestly-
fucking roast no beans.
Honestly, I'm like, oh, they got. I just looked it up.
Yep.
I need the K-cup.
So we just dropped the K-Cups, and that I'm
sure that-
very optimistic.
Yeah.
It's hard to quantify that right now.
Damn.
Right? It's just like I have
Really?
no idea like how deep this is gonna go, because think about like when you walk into somebody's house or what do you see? You see a Keurig machine.
Yep.
Like most people consume coffee in the most convenient way possible. And so we tapping into that with a pretty good product. So we dropped those 2 product forms. And then as far as partnerships are concerned, we're spinning the block, if you will, with Ben and Jerry's. We did that
for sure. I read that article, man.
The cold brew coffee is called Changes Brewing. So I'm super, super excited about
Fire.
it.
Hey, Ben and Jerry are really down with us.
They really own
for
that.
sure.
Yeah,
own
they
that.
stood on it. They're not playing.
Nah.
Jerry stand for Jeremiah, I'm sure.
Benjamin and Jeremiah. That's a fact.
sure.
Jerry Jackson and them.
Yeah.
But no, they hella supportive. Like, and they walk it like they talk it. Like they're like, yo, we're not just. I said they're a social justice company that sell ice cream. Like ice cream is just the vehicle for.
That's how they
the
fund the
bigger
Because you
social
remember that obviously when George Floyd happened, every company said, "Hey, y'all, we fucked up. We got to all jump on.
Yeah,
let's pull back.
let's tap in immediately.
We're back to regular life now.
Yep.
I'm not racist.
Right.
Yeah, but Ben and Jerry's like, no, we was just waiting on. We've been doing this shit.
Right.
Yep, they've been doing it from the jump, and That's funny you bring it up. Me and P talk about this often. Like we dubbed this term performative allyship. Yes. It's like you see a bunch of people waving the flag like Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, let's get over there. Let's get over there with them.
And then a couple years later, you don't see none of that.
It's behind the veil, man. It's gone, man.
And
it was a moment.
Yeah, and we got to remember that as consumers, right? It's like they don't go spending your money with these people that actually don't stand for you, like they said they did. And
it's trendy, honestly.
It's hella trendy.
Being with blacks was trendy in 2020. They had to do it because they watched a white man kill a nigga on TV without a weapon. So it was like, well, we have to join them. But now it's like, look, we gave him that shit.
Right.
They locked him up, right?
Yeah, we back over here now.
Back over here.
The work is done.
Yeah, back over here.
Like, nah, it's a lot of work that needs to be done. So we got the Changes Brewing collab with Ben & Jerry's. But then what I'm super, super excited about is our collaboration with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
This nigga.
Man, thank you, Rod.
Nigga, we made it.
I just saw that. That's on me, listeners. That's on me. We should have led with that, man. Round of applause for that, man. Drop it, man.
Thank you.
Y'all going to Wakanda.
Man,
Marvel
we bring Wakanda to the
Marvel. Niggas got vibranium.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Let me find out that's where Wakanda been this whole time.
Yeah, come on.
You would never look for it there.
We should have led with that shit. But can you please just give us some information about that collab?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Man, it's dope, dog. We know how we felt about Black Panther. Like, you understand? So I see ourselves like in the most.
It was our movie.
It was our
fire.
Movie. People showing up in dashiki and kente cloth and all type of African garb, just
doing this shit every Friday.
Everybody buys stuff.
Everybody,
everybody buys stuff strong for about a month.
Remember when the Democrats got on one knee with that shit on? Remember when the Democrats put that shit on? Trash. But that's where it came from.
That's it.
They need their ass whooped.
Who told y'all to do that? Y'all stupid.
Vice President here throwing up the X.
They need their ass
ridiculous.
Anyway,
wow.
But so we got that, man. It's a licensing deal similar to that we have with the NBA. Marvel looked at us as one day they're trying to
National Basketball Association.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. LeBron.
We'll get to that later.
LeBron Neal.
Yep. And so it's basically we get to use their name, image, and likeness in what we do. So people get to celebrate their fanhood of Black Panther by drinking their cups of coffee. It's just another way for people to express themselves. And that's really why we exist. And I'm glad that we get to do it with that partnership because I was a big fan. I'm still a big fan. I'm excited to see what the movie's going to be like. Hell yeah. I'm going to be the first person in line because I want to see who is Black Panther, what they're going to do with the storyline. I'm just invested.
Thursday evening, we keeping the kids up. Come on.
Will there be customized packaging?
Yep. So we just dropped it like maybe.
I can't do that.
We just dropped a new packaging a week ago. So it's a couple of different packaging bags and then on a Keurig.
Y'all got the old work here, but this is cool.
This is the classic.
That's the vintage model.
But okay. Got you. Congratulations, man.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you. No, it's a dream come true. Like this whole ride is a dream come true.
It's gotta feel that way.
It's like P and I have this saying, we'll be like, yo, what is happening right now?
Yeah,
right? Like everything
really
that y'all
going on?
mentioning is like people see it, but it's like us experiencing it, we had the same feeling. Like, yo, what? Bro, we just saw Dwayne Wade. And like they just pull us in here. Like, no, Marvel hit us up saying they want to do a deal. The NBA saying
Marvel called us.
It's
they
like
called
they reached out.
Marvel called.
Yeah, man. This is
Tony Stark and them called.
Yeah, this interview is different.
It's crazy.
Tony Stark called. Hey, bro, I know you seen the movie. Can we get some coffee?
Are you familiar with Black
Tony
Panther?
Stark called.
Nah,
that's crazy,
man. That's
just
I'm hella grateful, man. I'm just. And the good thing about it though is like with all of these milestones, different plateaus, it's really what's on the back of the bag. So we talk about the front, but what's going to always be there is the fact that we're doing this for
back
the
to
kids.
youth programs.
Like, P and I grew up in Gary. I don't know how familiar your audience is with Gary, Indiana.
We used to make fun of that.
Up there. Yeah, for sure.
It's everything that you think it is. You know what I'm saying? And it was 10 times that in the 90s, right? It's like at the time it was the murder capital. Like we didn't grow up with no silver spoons in our mouths. We had to get it out of rust.
Got a rust spoon in your mouth.
A lot of rust. Even though it's a steel city up there, it's a lot of rusted steel.
It was a rusted steel spoon.
Lot of shit paint.
Yep. Yeah. And it's like, all right, we were fortunate enough to overcome that. Like I don't take that for granted. And it's like, all right, how can we use what we learned, use what we've been able to build to be a resource back? Because those companies that we talked about, they said they do it, but it's like, no, we really mean that.
Make sure y'all stand on it too.
We're going to attach it to our growth. So if the Black and Bold grows, so does the impact that we have on the kids across America.
Y'all need an AAU team or something. That'd be fire. The jerseys a slap.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
Be crazy.
You want to design them?
I could.
You could.
He's a fast designer.
Yeah,
okay,
for sure. I want to ask this question too. Is there, if there's opportunity for a program that wants to get involved with Black and Bold, what's the best way to communicate that to you all?
Yeah, just hit us up. I mean, I still answer like all of our customer service emails. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
a wild boy.
For the listeners, this is the last year, y'all. He will not be doing that. 2023 is it. He's not doing this no more. So I better get in now.
That's crazy.
I see them all, man, and it's just because, like, we still a small business. Like, it's only 30 of us that work for the business. Like, granted, it has grown. I don't minimize that, but we do a lot. I wear a lot of hats. If I gotta go sweep the building, I'm in there sweeping. You know what I'm saying?
Working hard, man.
Whatever it takes to really see this opportunity through. That's what we're about. So, send us a customer service email. It's at hello@blackandbold.com, and it at least put you on our radar. And when we look to adopt more pledge partners, have some visibility to what's out there.
Come on, man. If you listening, come on, man.
How has the customer service aspect been? Because niggas give niggas a hard time.
Oh, for sure, bro. I can show you some shit in my phone that'll make you go, all right, this is for real. I mean, people hitting us up, from A to Z, man. Like, fuck
there was
you
one
niggas.
bean left in my cup. I'm shitty at you niggas. Y'all didn't grind it all the way.
Man, from the racism to the pettiness to
be on that?
People that would just reach out and
What about
for no
white
reason.
involved?
Yeah. What if we had white lieutenant?
You do, nigga.
Like, then go for it.
White is shy.
Dude, it's called Folgers.
Yeah,
where's my white
Maxwell
It's
House?
called
It's called
Maxwell
Starbucks.
House.
It's called Pete's Coffee. It's called Counterculture. It's like
It's called everybody but Black and Bold.
Yeah,
White and content coffee.
yeah.
White and racist.
Yeah, man, and so we get a little bit of that,
That's crazy.
and that's why I do it, because I try to shield our employees from that. I'm like, y'all don't need to be saying that. I don't want y'all day to be ruined. I got tough skin. I can deal with that.
That's nuts. I didn't.
What do you niggas know about coffee? I'm sorry, that was rude.
For real.
That's really what they be on. I know.
We'll do an interview, and like, I don't read the comments. But I got people that read the comments and they'll send it to me. They'll be like, yo, I'm like, damn, like somebody woke up. Somebody was this mad at the morning show and was like, yo, you don't know shit. You're an opportunist and
woke up and chose
black
racism.
People. I'm like, all right, man. Good luck.
Damn, that's crazy.
Over coffee.
Drinking that Dr. King shit.
Over coffee.
It's over coffee.
That civil rights coffee.
I know you're tired of this question, but like, literally, why coffee? Where does that even come from?
Yeah, well, I blame P. I blame him for a lot of shit, but including and especially why we did coffee, because I didn't drink coffee before then. I would add a shot of espresso to a Thai tea latte or something, a chai tea latte,
hot chocolate
like
nigga,
right? It's like, I ain't drink no damn coffee. I associated that with like my grandparents, and I didn't taste any good coffee. So he was fully in the world, like, went down the rabbit hole, and he's still down the rabbit hole. So
Got you.
It was, all right, if we're going to branch away from these comfy corporate careers, because that we were good. It wasn't like we needed to do it. It was like, if we're going to do it, let's do it around something that we know a little bit about and that we feel like people know about, because we talked about sitting in coffee shops, like there is a culture around that. And I'm like, it would be dope if we can introduce and heighten people's interest in coffee and like just our own community, right? Because I'm sure people would like coffee if they got a chance to taste something different. Yep. So we just looked at our own habits and was like, let's just try to build the business around that.
Fire.
Wow. Makes sense, man. Y'all did an amazing job, man. I still got a lot of questions. I want to keep this going. Yeah. So as I think about the business, and it's hard, I think about 2020 specifically.
Yep.
It was a crazy year, crazy time period. I know you've gotten this question a lot, but I want to make sure that we also talk about this on the PreGame podcast. Can you just talk about the impact that George Floyd, the passing George Floyd, that whole year?
Yep.
How did that change and impact Black and Bold?
Yeah. Well, it definitely put a battery on my back personally, because that was right around the same time that I welcomed my daughter here. So I just was looking at life differently and whatnot. And I was hesitant to even try to be a father because I didn't want to. I just didn't want her to ever, or whatever child I had, to experience anything like that. Just trying to be preventative. And so then when it happened, I was definitely charged up. But I would say it, in a weird way, it benefited Black and Bold, right? Because as people were looking for a way to express that allyship, that performative allyship, they found Black and Bold. They were like, well, we're going to support you. We're going to exalt you, put you all on a pedestal. And from that, we got a lot of partnerships. We got a lot of just awareness and exposure.
Yep.
And on top of all of that, our business model at the time was primarily online. The world was shut down, which is why everybody saw the George Floyd incident in the first place. And online shopping was at an all-time high. I don't know if we'll ever recreate that moment. So people need their fix, can't go to the coffee shop, can't go to the grocery store because you're afraid to get COVID and whatnot. So let me just order some coffee online.
Wow.
I heard about this coffee company. They're doing great things for the kids. It's about some Black people.
2 Black guys on it.
Let's try it out. Yeah. Right. And so that in and of itself helped us out. So yeah, I would say we had a boost as a result of that, and we've been doing everything in our power to maintain that.
And you benefited from having a product that the shutdown didn't destroy.
It was essential. Yeah, we were essentially like an essential workers.
Yeah. Sure. We don't even use that word no more. Essential was big.
Imagine how bad it would be if like you had to do all that during the pandemic, but didn't have no coffee. People would be in them hospitals. Really
It'd have been damn, what's that shit called? The movie where they kill each other?
The Purge.
It'd been Purge. The Purge.
I need it.
In the streets, killing each other.
Yeah, over coffee beans.
Right.
I can smell it on you.
Yeah.
You got 14 beans in that bag right there.
It's so great, bro.
You got 14 beans in that bag right there.
It would have been outrageous, man.
There's a few things that smell.
I need them beans.
Shout out to Black and Bold.
I need them beans.
He was appalled.
You got 14 bricks in that bag right there. Right now, nigga, when we eat what we eat. Okay. You dead.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. 2020 was so crazy, and I feel like there's just Black businesses, Black programs in general, man. George Floyd was a martyr.
Yeah.
And it sucks to say that and attach his name and his family to that, but ultimately his passing, as gruesome and as violent as it was, also led to a lot of grass being grown.
Yeah.
For the Black community, man. So
and we want to do right by that.
Yeah,
it's like
for sure.
we're not here for a good time. We're here for a long time witness. Right. Like if I acknowledge that we have been the beneficiaries of that. Then I want to make sure that in whatever way possible we do right by the opportunity.
That's real, man.
So I mean, I'm sure it's been a whirlwind for you, but like, and it probably always changes. But like, when was that moment where it's like, hey, this is working?
Yeah, probably the top of 2020 when we announced that we was in Target. It's like, all right, we've been hustling, trying to get the beans out the garage. So we were still in the garage at that time.
Yeah.
Right? Like
house smelling strong.
All right, so I told the story before. I'm up. The neighbors called the fire department because of how much smoke was emitting from the garage. But we were still getting it out the garage. Or maybe at that time we were in the back of a brewery. We had like maybe no bigger than this room right here. That's how much space we had to produce, and we got that Target order filled. And then when we announced it, I was like, oh shit, this is real. Like this is, though it's not in every store, like I can go where I go get everything else and I can go get this thing that I roasted, that I created. That was probably the biggest one. Because I went to go buy some bags. I said, I got to make sure the zip code, the barcode worked. Let me go ahead and scan that real quick. Let me double check, man.
It's here.
I'm here now. For real.
I'm telling you, it's here.
Yeah,
I'm sure that was a great feeling to go to Target and buy it.
They cleaned up in aisle 3. It's some guy in aisle 3 crying. Right. I don't know what's going on.
The best part probably is at the register. If you had that, hurts pretty good. Yeah, I made it. Yeah. This is me.
Hell yeah,
I heard it's good too.
I'd have been the third out fucking pursuit.
Hell yeah.
Been the rappers to go to Best Buy and grab their CDs.
It was just like that. It's like hearing a song on the radio.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I saw that. That's like that was something that we built, that we thought about.
Yeah, that's fire, man.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. I want to mention, I know a lot of celebrities went crazy in support of Black and Bold, and they drink Black and Bold. For me, I remember scrolling on the timeline way back when I saw Kelly Rowland.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Holding up the Black and Bold. She
too is Black and Bold.
That's a fact. That's a fact,
sure.
Gentlemen.
That's good dark roast.
We got
some caramel.
Yeah.
And that's it for me.
I don't know. For sure.
And sometimes those moments, man, when those happen, they're stamps. Yeah. What is your favorite stamp, or what's been a stamp for you as you saw different people from the community, different celebrities and stars and leaders discuss their love for Black and Bold?
Man, I think I'm gonna jump on your bandwagon and say Kelly, because that was the most organic.
And that's Beyonce adjacent.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Which is Hov adjacent.
Right.
So
Honestly,
like, hey.
if you tried this coffee, girl, it's damn near fire. Yeah. That has to come up in conversation.
That's only 2 degrees of separation. That is minimal.
Yeah,
Right there.
Or Beyonce might say, "What's that coffee you drinking? You gotta fuck with it."
Yep. I'm hoping that they talk about that at Thanksgiving.
It's probably happened already.
Yeah.
She already had a cup.
Yeah, for sure,
man. So that was the one, man. Like I said, was the most organic. Like the other ones are like in relationship to like our role on Amazon or because of some other like Facebook initiative or whatnot. But the Kelly Rowland, it was the first one too. It was like, and she was like genuinely about it. And it just so happened she was releasing a single called Coffee. Right.
Wow.
So, and it just so happened. Like that wasn't because of that. She's like, hey, by the way, because I'm promoting y'all want to help do some cross promotion? I'm like, absolutely we do.
Oh.
Yeah, where you want to meet you? Right. Where can I come to?
Yeah, we don't do interactive stuff that much. We need to be like what the fuck is
I don't know. We good.
Cool. Yeah, I don't really do like virtual stuff. We need to be like in person. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yes. Anywhere I can meet you, just let me know.
Or you come to Iowa.
Oh, boy. Was that you?
No, I ain't tell you that. Put it back in.
Mic check.
Pause.
You in there now?
I know, but is that plugged in?
Yeah, we all good.
Okay.
I don't know what that was, man.
Sorry, listeners.
That
They
was
haven't had static in 2 years, maybe 3.
Yeah, that was niggas hating.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Y'all don't know Kelly Rowland. Shut up.
I don't know Kelly Rowland.
Starbucks in.
Your ass up.
We ain't had nothing like that in
Shit.
a long time.
Damn.
Anyway.
All right. Yeah, sorry. We back now though.
We back.
Yeah.
But nah, man, that's crazy, man. I remember that moment. It was super fire. I always want to make sure there's a lot of people that are entrepreneurs and businessmen and women that listen to our podcast. What are some strategies and advice you have for someone to, be successful with their business?
I got a couple of them, and it may seem simple, but it's just different versions of them as you continue to grow. But the one that's top of mind for me is ignore the imposter syndrome. Like you're gonna have those detractors. You're gonna have that little voice in your head that's like, "Fam, chill out. You don't know shit about no coffee." It's that static, right?
It's that static, man.
You just drove by Starbucks.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, man, ain't nobody. It's a million coffee. It's a million whatever you trying to do. But it's like, just like with y'all podcasts, it's like that ain't stopping y'all grind. You know what I'm saying? That's not stopping. It shouldn't stop anybody. It shouldn't deter you because you have an audience and you have a unique point of view. You have a unique way that you're going to go about doing it, and you will be doing a disservice to your talents and your initiative if you don't act on it. So ignore that shit. Yep. It is the biggest deterrent in the world. And then also like be authentic, like because people can read through the bullshit.
They can, they really can.
People can know if you're doing it just for a bag. People, if you know, like again, we talked about 2020 and all the businesses. It's like we knew that shit wasn't going
right. We see you,
right? We see you, and the same goes for customers across the board, across the industry and whatnot. So just be authentic, like that. I think is what's going to resonate the most, as opposed to just doing something that's transactional. That flash in the pan type of approach to get rich quick schemes, pyramid schemes. Right. That shit don't work, man. It ain't no work. You're gonna put some sweat equity behind it. And then lastly, man, don't be afraid to put your own money up.
Scary money don't make none.
Yeah, man, you're gonna have to spend some bread. Like we had a couple bonus checks, used some credit cards. There's we did everything that we could.
And don't your bonus come March? We gonna need that. We gonna need
I know you
that.
want to go to Mexico.
Yeah, we gonna need that.
You gonna need to buy.
If we trying to make it what we try, we need the bonus.
That's something we try to drive home a lot. Is that like your 9 to 5 got to fuel your passion for a little bit. Like I'm sure y'all didn't just quit corporate the day you started roasting.
No, not at all. So P kinda did. Because there's a conflict of interest. So he worked for Shea Moisture, which was acquired by Unilever, and Unilever has other coffee brands. And so he was like, they basically told him, it's like, well, you
pick one, bro.
Yep. And so he's been a pure or full entrepreneur much longer than I have, but I was doing both. I was in California trying to do the 9 to 5, shit, sometimes the 9 to 9, and then come home and learn how to build a website, and come home and learn how to run Facebook ads or do some photography. So yeah, absolutely, man. You're gonna have to sacrifice, and you're gonna have to make investments in yourself, whether it be with time, money, or other resources. If you really believe in it. If it's just a hobby, all right, do it when you want to do it. But if you're like, yo, I want to see this through, then don't be afraid to put up your own bread.
That's real, man. That's real. Go ahead.
Feel free to tell me, get out your business. But I feel like the way the wealth or whatever it might be for people is to build this and then sell it. Is that what y'all looking into, or is it something you want to keep home for a while?
I want to keep home for a while. Like, this means something to not only me, but to other people. Right. So just down at homecoming, like, the love was crazy, man. And it's not that I wasn't expecting it, but to really receive that.
Anyway, but you know,
I ain't saying that.
There's another retweet, another year, another homecoming. You know what I'm saying?
You just sprinkle coffee on
the
top.
You know what I mean? But I know me as black and bold now.
Yeah. But it means something to people. People like, man, like, you inspired me. And it's like, I'm from Gary, bro. Like, I'm just a regular ass dude. Like, that's how I look at myself. But people look at what we've been able to build in a whole different light. And I wanna make sure that I do right by that I don't sell it and then it becomes something that it wasn't supposed to be in the beginning of it. So the goal is to hold it. I'm not saying that we won't ever bring other investors to the table.
Right.
But LeBron will always
gotta let LeBron in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You want to be down?
I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
For sure.
You gotta let LeBron in.
What is that NBA partnership like?
Similar to the Black Panther partnership. So they definitely reached out.
So LeBron called you.
I wish it was Brian. I wish it was Brian. Somebody in their corporate office, they reached out, said that they want to do more beverage licensing deals. And the cool thing about this, though, because they really believe in what we got going on, they actually matched that 5% contribution. So when we sell any NBA licensed bags, whether it be the Eastern and Western Conference bags or like the 6 individual team bags, and we got some more on the way. The NBA is like,
congrats. Is Boston one of them?
Boston will likely be one of them.
Give me one of them.
Yeah. Right now we got Golden State.
Won't be a Pacer bag. Don't even look over here.
Nah, they in tier 3, tier 4 maybe.
Yeah. They got the Warriors, so that's all right.
We got the Warriors. We got the Lakers. We got
we got
a couple other. No, not the Heat. Not the Heat.
Fuck them too.
Yeah, it was.
And this is market based.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's the punchline.
It's small market too, honestly.
Yeah, like where we have distribution, we want to make sure we have NBA team represented.
Got you.
Lakers and Clippers.
No, I just think the Lakers.
I want them other niggas on the
LA too, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's funny.
And the same thing
win
with
a championship
bags,
first.
You customize, essentially.
Yeah, we do all of our design in house. Like P&I design this. We had somebody help bring it to life. But I mean, from the first logo, because this version 2 of Black and Bold, the first one we had, we literally was drawing in a notebook.
Yeah,
and
it's funny, man.
It's
that's
like
tight.
That's very cool.
I wonder if we still got those. I gotta go check some old luggage and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, from the name, from everything, it's just 2 dudes on the phone drinking cups of coffee and tea. Like, all right, bro, what we gonna do?
Pissing y'all wives off.
Off of facts.
Yeah. We be on
the phone till like 3 in the morning, 3, 4 in the morning,
off.
especially because of the.
It is the weirdest thing.
It's weird, man.
Anyway.
Yeah. Because of the time difference. I was on the West Coast. He's on the and so
we had my boy up late.
Yeah, that's a fact. But it was all worth it though.
Hold on, stop it. I ain't never heard that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yep, it's the mic.
It's that mic cable. But go ahead and put it back in there. Pause.
Big
It's like the third time you said it.
Like 10 more minutes for this motherfucker explode again.
We good.
Whatever.
Yeah, we're talking about what we talking about.
Pissing our wives off.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, for sure. She's like, all right, bro. Tone it down. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit right now.
And their all-time favorite. Are you coming to bed?
Yeah. No.
No, I'm not.
I won't be. I'm sure all is well now, though, right?
It's not this.
It's not. Go ahead.
That is the man. I like that shit.
Yeah, nah. But nah, go ahead. Yeah, man. Yeah, wives, they're important.
Yeah,
she make them happy. But things happen.
The biggest supporter now. I mean, it's our livelihood, so she got to support that.
Listen, you have to be on board. What we gonna do?
What we gonna do?
For sure.
Yeah, but that don't come with some challenges, man. And it's good to have a good support system in your corner, like that. Understand it, like that communication shit is key. It's like, all right, like this is what I'm about to be doing for the next XYZ years. Like, this ain't just for a couple of moments. Like I'm about to be full all in.
We are here,
and we here. We 2 feet in. We in the deep end now, and it's important to have somebody that gets that and be like, all right, what do I need to do to get things out your way? And so I'm very grateful that my people, and including my lady, is like, she's a bulldozer. She's like, I'll do this so that you can focus on that. So I'm eternally
That's
grateful.
real. That's real, man. That's important. I want to ask you just another business-minded question. So one thing that we've been trying to figure out is how to be better businessmen with our product. How much of Black, if you don't mind telling us, what is your idea, your perspective on outsourcing? How does that then free up your time? How do you then balance and juggle life as you continue to make Black and Bold?
He's doing customer service emails.
Yeah, but that's that thing. But it depends on the industry. So with our cold brew cans, we don't do that in house. Gotcha. We make the coffee, but we send it into Minneapolis, and then they liquefy it and do what they do.
Gotcha.
Because one, we would have to learn that.
Right.
Then we got to make the investments in the facility to get that happen. It's like, man, let's just tap into some people that already understand that. Same thing that goes with the K-Cups. We're not doing that in house. We have that co-manufacturing relationship. So I think that if it is going to hinder you, get the fuck out the way. Right? Like, don't. I know people who are like type A and really like go getters is like they feel like they got to do everything, but like you have to delegate. Yep. Like you have to delegate, or you're not going to scale. Like you are going to be your own worst enemy if you think that you doing that thing is the best for the business, and it might be to a certain degree. Me doing the customer service emails, it is.
You care more.
Exactly. It's like, and I can separate from it's like I don't take it personal when people are pissed off about whatever. Correct. So it's like I can knock that out.
The check still clears.
Somebody else, they like, oh, I'm offended that they said this.
They call me a bitch.
Nah, it happens every day. I'm like, bro, detach. They're not talking to you.
Yep.
Just answer the question.
That's it. So I think that you should outsource if it is going to benefit, and you got to have some tough conversations with yourself as to, all right, am I doing this because I'm the best for it, or am I doing this because I don't know how to detach?
Man in the mirror.
For sure. I'm starting with the
that's my mama's favorite song, by the way.
Like ever?
Ever. I vividly remember her. That's exactly. Yeah. I used to watch her getting ready for work. She'd be singing that song loud as hell. I'm like,
hey, we joked about this. Did you guys ever see Michael Jackson come back?
Nah, hell no.
Have you seen that clip though? Where he's like throwing chicken out the car?
Yeah. Who told that story? Was it Gibbs?
Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah. Michael Jackson never came back.
It's like Mike. They could at least been a performing arts school.
Yeah.
Named after him.
Could have.
Tito.
Nah.
Somebody. Yeah. Like, why is there nothing with Michael Jackson's name on it and Gary?
Don't name it after Reby. Wait. Listen.
And the only thing that I ever seen that had had a reference to the Jacksons prior to him dying, there was this old theater downtown. I use that term very loosely. It's on Broadway, abandoned.
Shout out to Broadway. Broadway's a good street.
Starring Jackson 5. That shit was up there for my whole childhood. Nobody ever
never changed the marquee.
Never changed the marquee.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that I remember seeing that had any reference to the Jackson 5 and the G.
Yeah, your nigga changed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he changed. We saw it.
He had an ailment. He was out there. He had a lot of ailments.
He had an ailment.
He had some personality.
Michael was high. I know he was on heroin. Okay, that ain't his third problem. That don't have nothing to do with him being the most famous person ever.
That's real, man.
Top one.
All right, man. Last, since we speak on Gary, last question. I know a round of applause for Rob,
There's
man.
like a joke of Michael Jackson, right? Like, how you like your coffee? Ain't that one of them? I make that up.
Oh,
it's like a phase.
White people made that. That's why people joke.
Niggas drink their coffee like it's hoodie most times. Yeah. And that's like
niggas.
That's like Billie Jean Mike.
Lots of creamer.
I'm niggas.
That's Billie Jean for sure.
Billie Jean Mike.
It's me. You talking to me? Just
Billie Jean
me.
beige. That's gonna be in the nigga crayon box.
It's me. That's too dark. Light me up, please. That's too dark. I don't have no creamer in there. Y'all ain't got no more?
I like my creamer with a little coffee in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, that's how I am too. I mean, round of applause for Rob, man. Last question, man. We talked about, it's a good question. Talking about Gibbs, man. How do you feel about Freddie Gibbs' new album?
I got it on repeat.
My
favorites, I like Blackest in the Room. I like Zipper Bags. I like, I think it's called Rabbit Thoughts.
Rabbit Vision.
Very hard. And it's a couple more. So yeah, I got it on repeat. Besides him being from the crib, he been on a run. Like he got
going crazy.
His last couple albums, last couple projects. I'm like, he found that pocket, he found that niche, like the luxurious beats.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And then he got his flow.
He beat that case. And it's up.
Went crazy.
New lease on life.
For
That
sure.
is on TV.
It's funny he said he was on a run because of that video where he was on a run. Rapid run.
Indeed, man. Shout out to Michael Jackson, man. Shout out to Rod Johnson.
That's a Michael Jackson. I've been to the house.
Everybody's been past.
I haven't been to the house.
No, we like pulled up on it. They got niggas out there. I don't know how authorized these niggas out there. I was like,
they selling t-shirts.
That's not stuff. Boots, Black Expo boots.
Yeah, no, I ain't got that. That's
are y'all supposed to be? But I guess that's a thing.
Did Joe know about this?
Yeah. Joe's still alive too. I was like, he better be getting a cut.
Joe come over there,
Joe find out, beat your ass.
Make you move them bricks, goddamn it.
Yeah. You see Joe looking for the center blocks. They were
real casually got the car, go to the tree, just pull a twist off real quick, just beat their ass down the street.
I know the Valley is gonna throw that.
It'd be crazy.
Nah.
It's like perfectly preserved though. It's like it doesn't look like the other stuff around it. No disrespect.
Yeah, man,
it does not look like the other stuff around it.
It's hella small, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's like, how did all these people live in this?
They did. Oh, it was rats in there too.
They had big old instruments everywhere. Like, that's a struggle.
A lot of trauma in that house.
Yeah.
Had to find room for the trauma.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh man, them niggas was on top of each other.
They were making it happen.
Who on the floor tonight? It's Michael and Randy tonight. They turn. Everybody got to do it.
It's Wednesday.
Everybody got to do it. You know Wednesday's your night, niggas.
It's Wednesday, Michael.
You're not getting in the bed with me, no.
All right.
Oh yes, every Wednesday I tell you no.
All right, let's get out of here, man. Round of applause again, man.
Thank y'all, man. Peace to y'all.
Shout out to Black and Bold
It was
Coffee.
great, man.
You should definitely know where to get it, but if you can remind the people at home, in case they forgot, how can they get in contact and get in tune?
Blackandbold.com, BLKANDBOLD.com. Your local grocery stores, the Targets, the Hy-Vees, the Albertsons of the world. And for those of you who like 2-day shipping, check it out on Amazon.
Ooh.
The takeover.
It's a prime product.
Shout out to IU, man.
Shout out to IU, man. Who's your legend?
And about one last thing, it's always cool. You're on TV. He went to IU. I know him. Oh shit. He's famous. I just if I see you on TV, you're famous. I don't care. I don't care. You be on the news. That nigga got famous. On the news. As long as you ain't done bad, that nigga famous.
For me, once you touch Ellen,
you're on TV.
That's it.
Local IU grad arrested.
For sure.
Famous.
Infamous.
Hey, that's infamous.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's move on, man.
Next.
I spared him like the nigga that was burning them shits up that used to cut hair at IU. The nigga that got we burnt the Carver in Fort Wayne. What was that? He used to work at barbershop in 4546.
That was y'all, man. I only went
to him once.